Taking risks and facing fear are integral parts of achieving anything meaningful in life. Fear is a natural response to uncertainty, and risk is an inherent component of progress. When you push yourself to step into the unknown, you expose yourself to the possibility of failure, rejection, or discomfort. Yet, it is precisely these moments that lead to growth, transformation, and success. Those who achieve great things are often the ones who have the courage to face their fears, take calculated risks, and embrace the discomfort that comes with stepping outside their comfort zones. Fear, although a powerful emotion, can either hold you back or propel you forward, depending on how you choose to react to it. Most people allow fear to dictate their actions, choosing the safer, more familiar route because it feels comfortable and secure. The fear of failure, judgment, or making a mistake can be paralyzing. But those who take risks understand that fear is not a sign to retreat, it is an invitation to grow. Every time you face your fear, you expand your capacity to handle challenges. It's not about eliminating fear entirely, but learning how to manage it and move forward, despite it. The greatest accomplishments often lie just beyond the boundaries of what you fear the most. Taking risks doesn't mean being reckless or irresponsible. It means being willing to step into uncertainty with a calculated approach, understanding that growth comes with a price. The most successful people in any field are not those who play it safe and wait for the perfect moment to act. They are the ones who make decisions based on their values, long-term goals, and instincts, even when the outcome is uncertain. Risk involves a level of vulnerability. It means exposing yourself to the possibility of failure, but it also means opening the door to the possibility of success. When you take risks, you give yourself the opportunity to reap rewards that others might never experience because they are too afraid to take that first step. In life, it's easy to stay within the confines of your comfort zone, where things feel predictable and safe. But true growth happens when you challenge yourself to take that leap of faith into the unknown. Taking risks forces you to adapt, learn, and expand your limits. It demands that you become resourceful, creative, and resilient. When you risk failure, you become more resilient to setbacks, developing a mental toughness that prepares you for the obstacles that will inevitably come your way. Facing fear and taking risks also require a shift in perspective. Instead of viewing failure as something to avoid at all costs, you begin to see it as a valuable learning experience. Failure becomes a stepping stone to success, not a dead end. When you fail, you learn what doesn't work, which in turn brings you closer to discovering what will work. Failure isn't permanent unless you allow it to be. Instead of being defeated by fear, you let it fuel you to push forward, try again, and refine your approach. This resilience, born out of taking risks and facing fear, is often what leads to breakthroughs. Fear often stems from the unknown, and the longer we remain in a state of uncertainty, the more exaggerated our fears become. The idea of taking a risk can be intimidating, especially when you don't know the outcome. But taking small risks, learning to confront your fears bit by bit, can lead to larger, more significant breakthroughs. Each small act of courage, whether it's speaking up in a meeting or trying something new, builds confidence and shows you that the worst-case scenario is often not as catastrophic as it seems. Taking risks is also about trusting yourself and your abilities. It requires confidence that, regardless of what happens, you can handle the situation and learn from the experience. When you take risks, you are giving yourself permission to fail and giving yourself the freedom to succeed. Trusting yourself to make decisions and to face the challenges ahead, no matter how daunting, is a key component of personal growth. The more you trust yourself, the less you rely on external validation, and the more confident you become in making bold decisions. One of the most powerful aspects of facing fear and taking risks is the sense of accomplishment and empowerment that comes from doing so. When you step into fear and take that risk, you prove to yourself that you are capable of more than you ever imagined. You break through the mental barriers that once held you back and build a new foundation of self-belief. Each risk taken, no matter how small, helps to dismantle the illusion that you are limited by your fears. Moreover, the courage to take risks can inspire others to do the same. When people see you facing your fears and taking bold actions, it can give them the encouragement they need to face their own challenges. There's a ripple effect that comes from taking risks and overcoming fears. Your actions create a trail for others to follow, showing them that it's possible to move beyond the limitations they've placed on themselves. Taking risks and facing fear are two essential aspects of personal growth and success. While fear is a natural and instinctual reaction to the unknown, risk-taking is often seen as the necessary step to move beyond your current limitations. It is easy to avoid challenges and settle for the familiar, where things feel comfortable and predictable. However, true growth and success lie beyond those boundaries, in areas where uncertainty reigns and the possibility of failure exists. The willingness to face fear and embrace risk is what separates those who settle for mediocrity from those who achieve greatness. At the core of the fear we experience is uncertainty. We fear the unknown because we cannot predict what will happen next. This fear can manifest in many ways, from hesitation about making major life decisions to anxiety about starting something new or pursuing an ambitious goal. The fear of failure, rejection, or not being good enough can hold us back from even trying. However, the most successful people understand that fear is not something to avoid, but something to face head-on. It is a signal that you are stepping into uncharted territory, where growth and transformation occur. Risk-taking, when done thoughtfully, allows you to expand your horizons and tap into new opportunities. Risk does not necessarily mean recklessness or carelessness, but rather a willingness to step out of your comfort zone and take calculated chances. It involves pushing yourself to act, even when the outcome is uncertain. Every significant accomplishment in history, whether personal or professional, required someone to take a risk. Without the courage to take those first steps, many people would never have realized their full potential or achieved anything beyond the ordinary. While fear is an instinctive response, risk-taking requires a conscious decision. It's about choosing to move forward despite the fear, to believe in yourself and your ability to navigate through the unknown. Each time you take a risk, you open yourself up to new experiences that challenge your thinking, expand your skills, and push your boundaries. Over time, these experiences compound, creating a sense of resilience and inner strength. With each risk you take, you learn that fear is not an enemy, but a companion that can be overcome with the right mindset. Failure is often seen as the greatest consequence of taking risks, yet it is essential to recognize that failure is not the end, it is part of the journey. Many people avoid taking risks because they fear failure, but in doing so, they miss out on valuable lessons. Failure provides critical feedback and teaches you how to improve, adapt, and approach challenges differently. When you fail, you are forced to reevaluate your approach and learn from your mistakes. This process of trial and error is an essential part of achieving long-term success. Those who embrace risk and view failure as a stepping stone, rather than a setback, are the ones who grow and evolve in the most meaningful ways. Taking risks also teaches you to become comfortable with discomfort. Growth does not happen without stretching your limits, and stretching your limits often involves feeling uncomfortable. Whether it's the discomfort of learning something new, taking on a new responsibility, or facing the unknown, these feelings are signs that you are evolving. Each time you push past your fear and continue moving forward, you build mental toughness and confidence. You begin to realize that the discomfort you feel is temporary, but the benefits of facing it last much longer. Risk-taking is not just about taking chances for the sake of excitement or thrill. It is a strategic process. To take effective risks, you must assess the situation, weigh the potential outcomes, and be prepared to handle both success and failure. Taking risks involves understanding that there are no guarantees, but with the right preparation, you increase the likelihood of a positive outcome. By embracing calculated risk-taking, you learn how to make better decisions, improve your problem-solving skills, and become more resourceful when faced with challenges. Facing fear is also about self-awareness. To take risks effectively, you must first understand your own fears and what they stem from. Are they based on past experiences, social pressures, or internal insecurities? Understanding the root of your fear gives you the power to confront it more effectively. It's about recognizing that fear does not define you or your potential. When you realize that fear is just an emotion and not a permanent obstacle, you can move forward with greater clarity and purpose. It's also important to recognize that facing fear and taking risks are not one-time events but ongoing practices. The more you expose yourself to new experiences and challenges, the more resilient you become. With every risk you take, you become more adept at managing fear and uncertainty. This continual process of stepping outside your comfort zone helps you grow into someone who is capable of handling greater challenges with confidence. By making risk-taking a habit, You train your mind to seek out opportunities for growth rather than shy away from them. Additionally, taking risks can be a powerful way to inspire others. When you step up to face your own fears and take bold actions, you set an example for those around you. People are inspired by courage, and your willingness to take risks can encourage others to do the same. Whether in the workplace, in relationships, or in the community, your example shows others that it is possible to overcome fear and achieve what they once thought impossible. This ripple effect can create an environment where others are motivated to take their own risks and step into their potential. Taking risks is also about developing trust in the process. It requires patience, persistence, and the understanding that success is often the result of taking one step at a time, even when the road ahead is unclear. Many people give up too soon when faced with difficulties or obstacles. They hesitate to take that next step, unsure if they will succeed. However, taking risks is not about having all the answers up front. It's about having the courage to move forward, even when the path is not fully visible. The process of risk-taking builds trust in yourself and your ability to navigate the uncertainty. Extraordinary results are not born out of ordinary effort. In fact, true success and greatness are only achieved when one goes above and beyond, putting in effort that exceeds what most are willing to give. It's easy to do the bare minimum and expect things to fall into place, but extraordinary achievements require an extraordinary level of commitment. It's not about just getting by or doing what's expected. It's about pushing past your limits, challenging yourself consistently, and striving to be better every single day. The kind of results that change lives and leave lasting impacts are the product of going all in, doing what others are not willing to do, and dedicating yourself fully to your purpose. Most people are content with mediocrity because it requires less effort. They are satisfied with meeting the basic expectations, getting through the day without much struggle, and feeling like they have done enough. But those who achieve great things understand that mediocrity is the enemy of success. They know that in order to stand out, in order to make an impact, they have to go further than what is comfortable. They know that success does not come from simply being average. It comes from putting in the work, day after day, even when it feels like you're not seeing immediate results. It's about the long-term commitment, the kind of dedication that can weather obstacles and challenges. To produce extraordinary results, you must be willing to do what others are unwilling to do. This often means working harder, longer, and more consistently than the people around you. It means pushing through when you're tired, going the extra mile when others have stopped, and sacrificing immediate comforts for long-term gains. The people who achieve great success are not the ones who stop when they hit a wall. They are the ones who find ways to break through those walls, to find new paths when the old ones no longer work. They are the ones who rise before the sun and keep working long after others have gone home. Extraordinary effort is also about attention to detail and consistency. It's not enough to give your best effort one day and then coast on that for the next few weeks. True success comes from maintaining that high level of effort day in and day out. It's about developing habits that push you to be your best, even when you don't feel like it. It means staying disciplined when the excitement fades and sticking to your goals when it would be easier to let them slip away. The key is consistency, showing up every day, bringing your best, and continually challenging yourself to do better. One of the most difficult things about extraordinary effort is that it doesn't always yield immediate rewards. The path to success is rarely a straight line, and progress often comes in small increments that are not immediately visible. There will be times when it feels like you're giving everything you have and seeing little to no results. But it's during these times that the most critical work is happening. Every hour of effort, every minute of focus, is building the foundation for the extraordinary results that will come later. Success is a delayed gratification, and it's those who continue to put in extraordinary effort, despite the lack of immediate results, who ultimately see the rewards of their hard work. Furthermore, extraordinary effort involves constantly refining your approach. It's about not settling for what you know, but pushing yourself to learn, grow, and evolve. It's not enough to simply put in the hours. You have to put in the hours with purpose, with a mindset of continuous improvement. The people who achieve extraordinary results are those who are constantly seeking ways to get better at what they do. They take the time to analyze their mistakes, learn from their failures, and find ways to be more efficient and effective in their efforts. This mindset of constant growth is crucial to achieving greatness. It means embracing challenges as opportunities to learn and never being satisfied with simply good enough. Extraordinary effort also requires a deep sense of passion and belief in what you are doing. When you truly care about your goals and your purpose, it becomes easier to put in the hard work. Passion fuels persistence, and belief gives you the strength to keep going when things get tough. Without passion, the effort feels like a chore, and the sacrifices become unbearable. But when you are deeply committed to your mission, the effort feels natural, even when it is difficult. Passion transforms the ordinary into the extraordinary because it drives you to put in the kind of effort that is necessary to achieve exceptional results. It gives you the energy to push through the hard times and to stay focused on the long-term vision, no matter the challenges you face along the way. When you are willing to give extraordinary effort, you are also setting an example for others. People are inspired by those who are relentless in their pursuit of excellence. They are inspired by the ones who don't take shortcuts, who refuse to settle for mediocrity, and who are willing to put in the work, no matter the obstacles. Extraordinary effort creates a ripple effect. It inspires those around you to raise their own standards and to put in the effort needed to achieve greatness. When you show up with your best every day, you not only create extraordinary results for yourself, but also influence others to do the same. Commitment to growth is the foundation of success. It's the drive to constantly improve, to push beyond your current limits, and to evolve in ways that bring you closer to your potential. Growth isn't a one-time event, it's a continuous process that requires constant effort, learning, and the willingness to adapt. Many people reach a certain level of success and then stop growing, believing they've achieved all they can. But the truly successful know that growth never ends. No matter how much they've accomplished, they remain focused on improving every day, because they understand that the moment they stop growing is the moment they stop progressing. The first step in committing to growth is adopting a mindset of lifelong learning. The world is always changing, and the skills that worked yesterday may not be enough for tomorrow. To stay relevant and continue to thrive, you must be open to learning new things, expanding your knowledge, and sharpening your abilities. This commitment to growth requires a willingness to step outside of your comfort zone and try things that might seem unfamiliar or intimidating. When you push yourself into new experiences, you learn not only new skills but also new ways of thinking, which can provide fresh perspectives on problems and challenges. Growth is not always easy. It often involves discomfort and failure, which are both inevitable parts of the journey. But these experiences are invaluable learning opportunities. When you encounter setbacks, you are presented with a chance to reflect, adjust, and ultimately grow stronger. Those who are committed to growth view failure as a necessary step in their development. They don't see it as a reflection of their abilities or potential, but rather as a sign that they are testing their limits and expanding their capabilities. It's through these challenges that you build resilience, learn from mistakes, and develop the mental toughness necessary to keep moving forward. Staying committed to growth also requires self-awareness. You have to be honest with yourself about your strengths and weaknesses and be willing to work on areas that need improvement. Many people are afraid to confront their weaknesses because it's uncomfortable, but avoiding growth opportunities because of fear or insecurity only holds you back. To grow, you need to be willing to acknowledge where you are, where you want to go, and what you need to do to bridge the gap. This often means stepping back and assessing your actions and decisions, looking for areas where you can improve, and being willing to make the necessary changes. Being committed to growth also means embracing change. Growth requires flexibility, and this means being willing to change your approach when the old ways no longer serve you. It's about recognizing that the world around you is constantly evolving and being ready to adapt to those changes. Whether it's learning a new technology, adopting a new method, or shifting your mindset, adaptability is a crucial part of growth. Those who are committed to growth do not resist change, they embrace it, knowing that without change there can be no progress. An important aspect of growth is setting goals that challenge you and require you to stretch beyond your current abilities. Goals are not just markers of success, they are stepping stones that push you forward and keep you focused on what you want to achieve. However, goals should not be easy. If they are, they will not drive you to grow. Setting goals that are slightly beyond your current capabilities forces you to learn new skills, gain new knowledge, and build new habits. The process of working toward these goals is where growth happens. It's not enough to simply have a goal, you have to commit to the actions and sacrifices necessary to reach it. Equally important is the ability to remain patient with your growth process. Growth does not happen overnight. It's easy to become frustrated when progress seems slow, but those who are committed to growth understand that change takes time. They trust the process, continue to put in the work, and remain consistent even when results are not immediate. This patience allows you to stay focused and motivated, even during periods of stagnation. Every small step forward is still progress, and each day of growth adds up over time. The key is to stay consistent and trust that with continued effort, the results will come. The journey of growth also involves building a support system that encourages your development. Surrounding yourself with people who challenge you, inspire you, and help you grow can have a profound impact on your own growth. When you are around others who are also committed to self-improvement, it raises the standard for everyone involved. You learn from their experiences, gain insight from their feedback, and become motivated by their success. A strong support system keeps you accountable, offers encouragement during tough times, and provides a network of people who will help you reach your potential. Another aspect of commitment to growth is the willingness to invest in yourself. This means putting time, energy, and sometimes money into learning new skills, acquiring knowledge, and improving yourself. Whether it's taking a course, reading books, seeking out mentorship, or simply dedicating time to self-reflection, investing in your growth is essential. The more you invest in your development, the more you will have to offer the world around you. Growth is not something that happens passively. It requires active, deliberate effort to seek out opportunities for improvement and to take the steps necessary to evolve. Success is not a result of following the crowd or doing what everyone else is doing. It comes from stepping outside of the norm, from taking a different approach, and from doing things that most people would never consider. The majority of people settle for mediocrity because it's easy and comfortable. They stay in their routines, avoid risk, and follow the well-trodden path because it's familiar. But the reality is, if you want to achieve something truly remarkable, you have to be willing to go where others won't. You must have the courage to walk down a road that might be lonely or uncertain, but it's precisely this willingness to be different that will set you apart and lead you toward success. Most people are content with the status quo, comfortable with the idea of just getting by. They'll do what's necessary to survive, but they won't push themselves beyond what is required. In contrast, success demands more than just meeting expectations. It requires exceeding them. If you are content to do what everyone else is doing, then you'll get the same results as everyone else. To achieve greatness, you must be willing to sacrifice the comfort of the familiar and take on challenges that others shy away from. Only then can you break free from the cycle of mediocrity and discover what lies beyond it. Greatness is not handed to you. It's not something that comes easily or without effort. It requires sacrifice, discipline, and a deep commitment to your vision. The truth is, the road to success is never easy. If it were, everyone would take it. But it is precisely because the road to greatness is filled with obstacles and hardships that it's so valuable. To stand out, to make an impact, and to create something truly extraordinary, you have to be willing to do what others won't. It's about making choices that may not always feel comfortable in the moment, but will lead you to greater things in the long run. If you're unwilling to make the necessary sacrifices and put in the hard work, you can't expect to achieve the results you desire. Extraordinary results are the product of extraordinary effort. The truth is, most people are looking for shortcuts. They want the easiest path, the quickest route, and the least amount of discomfort. But the reality is that shortcuts rarely lead to lasting success. They might offer temporary rewards, but true fulfillment and long-term success come from putting in the effort day in and day out, even when no one is watching. The people who achieve the most are the ones who consistently push themselves to do what others are unwilling to do. They put in the work when others are resting, they practice when others are relaxing, and they keep moving forward even when the results aren't immediately visible. This dedication is what separates those who succeed from those who merely wish they could. Another important element in achieving success is the ability to keep moving forward in the face of failure. Most people are afraid of failure, and this fear holds them back from trying new things or taking risks. But failure is not something to fear. It's something to embrace. It is through failure that we learn, grow, and refine our approach. Every mistake is an opportunity to improve, and every setback is a lesson in resilience. People who are successful don't let failure stop them. They use it as fuel to drive them forward. They know that failure is simply a part of the process, and it's only by pushing through failure that they can eventually reach success. The key is to keep going even when things get tough, to persevere when others would give up, and to learn from every experience along the way. True success is also about taking risks, calculated, thoughtful risks that require courage and conviction. Most people are afraid to take risks because they fear the unknown. They're afraid of making mistakes, of failing, or of facing criticism. But the people who achieve great things are the ones who are willing to step out of their comfort zone and take chances. They understand that without risk, there is no reward. It's through taking risks that new opportunities arise, that growth happens, and that breakthroughs occur. When you play it safe, you miss out on the chance to truly discover what you're capable of. Taking risks may not always pay off, but it's through those risks that you find the paths to success that others overlook. If you want to be truly successful, you must be willing to put yourself on the line and take the risks that others avoid. Finally, to achieve success, you must constantly strive to be better. You must never settle for good enough and always aim for excellence. Building strong, productive habits is essential. Success doesn't come from doing things in a half-hearted way. It comes from doing them with intent, focus, and commitment. It's about pushing yourself to improve every single day, refining your skills, learning from your mistakes, and consistently raising the bar. Most people stop improving when they hit a certain level of success, thinking that they've reached their limit. But the truly successful never stop growing. They understand that there is always room for improvement and that the pursuit of greatness is an ongoing journey. Success is a choice. It's the choice to do what others won't, to take the harder road, to face challenges head on, and to push yourself beyond what you thought was possible. The path to success is not easy, and it's not for everyone. But for those who are willing to make the sacrifices, take the risks, and do the work, it is there waiting for them. It's about embracing discomfort, learning from failure, and always striving to be better. Success belongs to those who are willing to do what the 99% are not doing. Greatness is not something that simply happens. It doesn't come without effort or hard work, and it certainly doesn't arrive on its own. It is earned through dedication, sacrifice, and the ability to discipline oneself, even when the challenges seem overwhelming. Many people aspire to greatness, but few are willing to put in the work necessary to achieve it. The majority of individuals are content with doing the bare minimum, following the easiest path, and avoiding the discomfort that comes with pushing beyond one's limits. But greatness requires much more than just going through the motions. It demands that you give everything you've got, even when the results are not immediate or guaranteed. Sacrifice is at the heart of success. It's about understanding that you cannot achieve everything you want in life without making choices. Those choices may require giving up things that are comfortable, things that feel good in the moment, or things that others might be doing. Sacrifice often means letting go of immediate gratification in favor of long-term rewards. For example, it might mean working late into the night while others are out socializing, or forgoing short-term pleasures like sleeping in so that you can rise early and begin your day with focus and purpose. These sacrifices are not easy to make, but they are the very things that separate those who achieve greatness from those who never quite get there. Without sacrifice, there is no room for growth. Without sacrifice, there is no room for progress. Discipline is just as crucial as sacrifice when it comes to achieving greatness. It's about sticking to your plan, even when distractions arise, and committing to your goals, regardless of how tough things get. Discipline means showing up every day, even when you don't feel like it. It's the ability to stay focused and keep working towards your dreams, even when the odds seem stacked against you. It requires consistency and determination, traits that many people struggle to maintain over time. The journey to success is long, and it's easy to get discouraged along the way. But discipline is what will carry you through those moments when you want to quit or take the easy way out. It's what separates the dreamers from the doers, and the successful from the unsuccessful. Many people believe that success is simply about talent or luck, but in reality, it is about putting in the work, day after day, without expecting instant results. There is no substitute for hard work. It's not about finding shortcuts or trying to get by with the least amount of effort possible. Instead, it's about giving your best effort every single day. When you are disciplined enough to make the right choices, even when it's not easy, and when you are willing to sacrifice in order to stay on track with your goals, success is inevitable. Success requires a deep level of self-control. It's about staying focused and remaining committed to your purpose, even when the world around you is filled with distractions. In today's fast-paced world, where instant gratification is at our fingertips, it can be difficult to stay committed to something for the long haul. People are constantly seeking shortcuts, and they want results right now. But the reality is that true success is not built overnight. It's built through years of hard work, sacrifice, and discipline. It's about staying the course, even when things aren't moving as quickly as you'd like them to. It's easy to be motivated when things are going well, when progress is visible and success seems within reach. But when things get tough, that's when discipline really comes into play. When you're faced with setbacks, obstacles, and failures, it's your discipline that will keep you going. Motivation might fade, but discipline will keep you focused on the long-term goal, pushing you forward when everything else seems to be working against you. The truly successful are not the ones who never fail, they are the ones who don't let failure define them. They understand that setbacks are just a part of the process, and they use those setbacks as opportunities to grow and improve. One of the hardest parts of achieving greatness is staying committed to the process, even when the end result seems distant or unclear. It's easy to get distracted or discouraged when you don't see immediate results. But the most successful people are the ones who stay disciplined during these times. They know that success takes time, and they are willing to put in the work day after day, trusting that their efforts will eventually pay off. It's not about seeking recognition or praise in the short term. It's about staying true to your vision and understanding that greatness is built on the foundation of hard work, discipline, and sacrifice. Discipline also involves prioritizing your time and energy. It means making decisions that align with your long-term goals, even if it means saying no to other opportunities or distractions along the way. It requires the strength to make difficult choices, to stay focused, and to resist the temptation of immediate rewards. Every successful person has had to make these kinds of decisions, whether it's choosing to invest time in their work rather than spending time on leisure activities, or pushing through difficult moments instead of giving in to self-doubt. These decisions are not always easy, but they are necessary for long-term success.